All right. Well, here we are once again. As always, I'm your host, Doc Tima. Welcome back to the Media Literacy Survival Guide. It's fall, which means I'm back on campus. We took the summer off, as teachers do. Did some writing, did some traveling, did some publishing, and now I'm ready to get into this thing for you all. So if you'd like to me to recap anything that we talked about last time, DM me, message me, let me know, and I'll get some things up here. Also, if you have any questions you'd like me to dig into, do the same thing, and I'll see what I can come up with and respond to those in other moments I create for you all here. Tonight I want to spend just a few minutes talking about what happened over the summer regarding the defunding of the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, also known as CPB, and this is where NPR, amongst others, gets some of their funding, and the Public Broadcasting Service, the PBS, which you have all heard of. They're the people that backed Sesame Street, PBS NewsHour, they backed the Electric Company, Mr. Rogers, all of those educational things that you find either at the end of the dial or the middle of the dial. That's them. They got defunded. It is often argued that a vigorous democracy needs journalism and media that is not beholden to a government or the elite class. The funding was provided for these organizations in form of grants. The vast majority of these services are funded by their audiences, as the credits say, and people like you. Unlike the BBC out of the UK or the CBC out of Canada, these organizations we're talking about are not official media sources for the state, even though each of those organizations are just as critical of the state as any commercial media organization, probably more if you're following along what's been happening, particularly with the merger of Paramount and Skydance, what happened with NBC, or ABC, I mean. It's been kind of nuts out there. But rather, these organizations accept small but important amounts of funding from U.S. taxpayers to offset the remainder of the funding needs that come from donations and underwriting. Though there's a narrative to the contrary that was kind of put out there to support the defunding, PBS and organizations like NPR offer balanced and neutral coverage of the day's happenings, and they're equally as critical of all wielders of power across the spectrum. Both Democratic and Republican players have argued against the coverage they receive from NPR, saying that these organizations are biased one way or the other. But in fact, those that have explored and analyzed coverage find that the balance, for the most part, is exactly where we'd expect our news to be. So you're going to hear a lot of noise, and you heard a lot of noise this summer about from inside the Beltway and the political spheres. Don't fall for it. Media literacy is meant to help clear the noise, to get the information and the truth, whatever it might be and wherever it might lead. The reality is that cutting funding was purely a political move. It was a symbolic move and meant to appease the backers and the funders of the, in this case, the Republican Party, but it could be the Democratic Party. The amount that was cut was a fraction of the actual budget in the U.S., but symbols have power, and this one was key. The unfortunate reality, though, because of the symbolic act, is that we're about to see a small market radio, television, and print organizations across the country that rely on public funding sources vanish. We're already seeing it happen. Once they're gone, they don't come back. We are going to lose rural reports, farm reports. We're going to lose emergency broadcasting organizations. We're going to lose the ways that small town America stayed in touch. They're gone. It's going to affect everything that's going on. We're going to create news deserts. And again, once they're gone, they don't come back. Such a symbolic act has real consequences that we're going to see come to light for years to come. It's a shame. It really is. But it is what it is. So this is probably the most political I'll get on this channel because I try to avoid it. But at the same time, when we see this happen, we have to really ask ourselves, what are the consequences? We haven't seen them yet, but they're coming. So, Any case, that's my rant for this episode. We're jumping right back in, taking it nice and easy really quick. We'll get into the bigger, deeper and stuff later. If you have questions, if you have ideas, if you have comments, as always, leave them. DM me something. Let me know how it's going. On that, that's it I got. So we're back. Take it easy. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. And we'll talk to you soon. See ya.